Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, we're going to be talking a little bit about the comments that Austin Reaves made. Now, Austin Reaves is a breakout star, right? The Lakers just signed him onto a longer deal, but he was one of these guys that came pretty much out of nowhere and then turned out to be a hell of a player, a hell of a contributor, an integral part to what the Los Angeles Lakers are doing there. Great ball handler, great spacer, great scoring threat. I think he makes the Los Angeles Lakers that more dynamic and a tougher team to guard. I think is one of the reasons, obviously, that Rob Pelinka and these guys made it their business to ensure that they go out there and sign this guy. Another thing worth mentioning is that he's on the USA team and he's competing in the FIBA World Games. So that goes to show you just how far Austin Reaves has come as an NBA player. So what happened? As you guys know, when you enter these tournaments, the spotlight is on you. You're being interviewed by a plethora of media publications and media sources. So what happened? Austin Reaves, doing an interview, was being asked about a range of things. And then the interviewer, and it was kind of like rapid fire. And then the interviewer kind of got to a part where he asked him about whether or not he thinks LeBron James is deserving of, an NBA, a statue as a Laker. And then he even started to ask him, what do you think about LeBron? And then Austin Reaves went out there and said something that absolutely stunned me. But before we get into his comments, this video is brought to you by sponsor Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's a sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So he said, the quote says, there's been some debate about a statue. Are you in favor of a LeBron statue? And he says, yeah, why not? He came to LA at a time when, it wasn't having much success, and what was it, 2 or 3 years now, and put up a banner in the rafters. So why not? I mean, in my opinion, he's the greatest player to ever play the game. And I don't think you can really argue that. Well, I'm sure there are some people that will argue it because there's some really good players. But, I've always said that you could name the best person that you can think of that could do everything, scoring, rebounding, blah, blah, blah. And you can argue that Bron can compete at the top, in all categories. So yeah, why not? So essentially, those were his comments. Now, I can already tell that Austin Reaves is going to go into politics because he's already capping in front of the camera. I mean, my God. My goodness gracious. Now, we all know that everyone is entitled to their opinion, absolutely. But to say that there's no argument, that it's really not a debate, and then he caught himself and was like, oh, hold up, I'm wilding right now. Maybe I need to stop. LeBron is one of the top 5 greatest players in NBA history. But if you notice, there is a top 5, which means that there are other players that exist within that realm, meaning an argument can be made. There's some people that think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest player of all time. If you go look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's career accomplishments and what he actually did in his game, he has a very, very, very strong case. Dare I say, as strong as a case that anybody else has. If you look at Michael Jordan, I mean, go look at his thing. So when he said that there can't really be an argument and all of this stuff, I didn't understand it. Another thing that he said, which was quite surprising to me, was that if you look at all of the things that other players do at various categories, he could do that too. That's not true. And this is not a diss to LeBron James, but it's not true. I mean, if we look at Magic Johnson, for example, Magic Johnson is widely considered, universally considered to be the greatest point guard to ever play in the NBA. Well, Magic Johnson for his career averaged a double-double in assists. Magic Johnson had a season where he averaged 13 assists per game. He's had he's had how many? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 seasons where he averaged at least 10 assists per game. Like, what are we talking about? Magic Johnson has led that category 9 times. If you look at another player, when he said he said he could lead in all categories, what about Larry Bird? And I think when you make statements like that, especially as an NBA player, you expose your lack of understanding of the game and the sport that you play, which is quite embarrassing, to be quite honest with you. I mean, it really, really is. Larry Bird, for his career, Larry Bird averaged 10 rebounds a game for his career. Larry Bird has actually averaged over 10 rebounds for the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years of his career. He averaged, double-digit plus rebounds. Could LeBron average more rebounds than Larry Bird? Larry Bird led the league in free throw shooting percentage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. What are we talking about? So to say something like that is absolutely ridiculous. You look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan led the league in scoring 10 times. 10 times. He led his category for his position in defensive all teams. He led that 9 times. He won the Defensive Player of the Year, so he beat all of the defenders in the entire NBA. He beat them out. He won that category. He led the league in steals 3 times. So these are guys that have led in so many categories. But this is not to say that LeBron is not a great player. I just think that when Austin Reaves says something like that, he sounds like someone that really doesn't understand the history of the game that he plays. Now, to be fair, I think they put him in a very difficult spot. They really, really did. Because do you think LeBron James deserves a title in front of what do you expect him to say? No. Oh, no, I don't think he's done enough. What do you expect him to say? So he was put in a very, very difficult situation. Where do you think he ranks? Now, the part for him going all the way overboard, maybe he's saying that because that's his teammate and he wants to, but I heard that at one point that Austin Reaves is a Kobe guy, so I don't know. I don't really know who he likes. But to me, I think he also had to take the politically correct answer. Because what if he said no? Can you imagine the backlash? If he said no, it would have been a disaster. So I respect his opinion. I just think that some of the things he said went a little bit too far. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what he had to say? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments and we catch you on the next show. Peace.